Permafrost is melting and it's causing our homes to sink and our foundations to break. Climate change is bringing hardship to our homeowners across our communities. We are thankful for helping relocate Nuchtak to Metavelvak. We are also experiencing high levels of water causing floods up to our homes in many of our communities like Kipnak, Hooper Bay, Nuchtak, and Quinkiganak. During the flood and storms, we have to take time out of our day to tie up our boats for them not to float away. Every day, our rivers are getting wider and the seawalls are getting closer to our homes due to the erosion causing high-risk factors of losing homes to them. Many of our electricity poles are shifting and about to tip over, causing fear that they may fall into our homes that are close to them. Some of our communities do not have a road system and boardwalks are built because it is the only suitable highway in their community. What is being done to prevent further climate changes and from destroying our lands and environments? Is there funding available to help our villages relocate?
Minnie, it's a really important question, so thank you. And as you mentioned, climate change is clearly happening in our state, and we see the impacts. You see the impacts all the time. You mentioned Nutuk and how we're looking at the relocation issue. One thing that we're starting to do in a big way, and I sit on the right committees for this, the Environment and Public Works Committee, is putting in our highway bill, putting in the funding for resilience, for infrastructure. So that means the ability to have additional monies. In the current highway bill, we have almost $1 billion in that highway bill that's already passed out of the Environment and Public Works Committee for climate change resilience. So that's going to be very important. I'm also somebody who's a huge believer in the ability to build roads in our communities, particularly in our rural communities. You know, we're a resource-rich state, but an infrastructure-poor state. So the more we can have roads, as you're talking about, particularly to go more inland from some of our coastal communities for relocation efforts and other climate change and infrastructure-related efforts, the better. I'm going to continue to work on that. Of course, we need energy. I believe in all of the above energy. That's renewables. That's anything that the community has that works for the community. Some of our communities in Alaska are all renewable, which is great. It reduces greenhouse gas emissions, but others rely on natural gas and other hydrocarbons. We need to be able to make sure we're producing all kinds of energy that can help with this, but what I'm not for are proposals like the so-called Green New Deal that would shut down any kind of natural gas or oil production in Alaska, killing thousands of jobs. The final issue that I'm very focused on as relates to climate change, how it relates to our oceans. I have been very focused, as a matter of fact, the leader on studying and making sure we can address the issue of ocean acidification. That's the issue of the warming of the oceans that can impact our fisheries very dramatically. And it goes beyond just that. One of the things that I'm proud of as your senator is I have led the charge in the Senate on cleaning up our oceans. My Save Our Seas Act passed the last Congress is all about ocean cleanup. I'm sure you're seeing ocean debris, plastics and things like that that come across the ocean from Asia. And then we're on the very close verge of Save Our Seas 2.0. That would be the most comprehensive ocean cleanup legislation ever. It's going to pass, I think, very soon. That's my bill to clean up our oceans, the ocean pollution. So these are all the important things we're working on to address the very important question you just raised.